4 races to go in the 2018 Daytona DMAX Championships. In the heavy heats, it is a 3-way title battle. Rob Bennett 30 points clear of Alex Pritchard, and Lee Witney still in the mix. All 3 of them have been strong, all 3 of them have had woes. So now, with 4 races to go, not a single one of them can afford a duff result. It's all or nothing with the last 4 rounds remaining. Into the finale of the DMAX Heavy Heats weekend, and this one is between the 3 drivers battling for the title. It is going to be Rob Bennett, Lee Witney and Alex Pritchard battling away for the victory, but on pole position ahead of all of them is Tarik Almou, who's had a really good run. Almou and Witney on the front row from Pritchard and Bennett, Malcolm Clark and Steve Lindley, Robert Pritchard and Darren Holliday, who is leading the Super Heavies coming into this one, Ricky Glendenning and Blaze Sienko in 10th, from Gary Martin and Darren Hughes, Richard Newton, Chris Cooper, Ben Moody and Liam Hanley. Now, championship-wise, this is a pretty tough fight. Coming into the weekend, there was only 56 points between the 3 drivers. Witney has scored 59, Pritchard has scored 59, and Rob Bennett, the championship leader, has scored 53. So what that basically means is that Pritchard is now only 24 points back, Lee Witney is only 50 points back. So they've managed to catch in by 6 points, and it's going to make for a very entertaining final. And don't forget, there's 50 points between Bennett and Witney. How many points are there for a victory? Exactly 50.
I knew that.
So it is going
to answer it.
It is going to be very close, but Tarik Almou has been running rings around them most of this heat's battle. So Tarik Almou is looking like the favourite for the victory in the final coming into this one. But how is that championship battle between Witney, Pritchard and Bennett going to play its hand? Rob Bennett, frustrated in the earlier enduro, but fought his way back from a lap down after a black flag all the way back to 11th position. So Rob Bennett is up for a battle, as is Pritchard and Witney, who have been putting off some great overtakes. Can Tarik Almou beat them all? Let's find out. Green, green, green. We're racing at Wilton Mill, and Almou gets a great sprint off the line. Pritchard through in a second, Witney through in a third, and Bennett through in a fourth. No problems further back. Already a couple of choice overtaking moves as Pritchard tries to get himself up on the inside and move up into 7th place. Bennett is already challenging Witney for 3rd into Christmas, but it's all neat and tidy as the drivers just about jostle in for position without incident.
Wow, look at that gap up front already from Almou and Witney.
Oh, Malcolm Clark's moved into 4th position past Bennett. So Clark has got Bennett, and there's a couple of spins further back. That looks like Ben Moody and Chris Cooper have gone around. So now Malcolm Clark has actually split Witney and Bennett. Bennett back on the inside, takes 4th position, and is trying desperately not to lose touch with Pritchard and Witney. But Pritchard is 2nd behind the race leader, Tarik Almou. Him and Lee Witney. Bennett's going to try and get Witney on the undercut out of Christmas. Witney hesitated a little bit there. Bennett's going to get up the inside of Ashby's, and that's through to 3rd, is it? Oh, yes!
Witney tried to shut the door, but he left it too late and let Bennett through the inside.
Lovely from Bennett. Absolutely textbook. I'm not going to be intimidated. And into 3rd position, and that puts him ahead of Witney in terms of points again. So he'll increase his gap over Bennett. Over Witney is what I meant to say. Yes, I'm having trouble with my worms again. Sorry. Bennett is going to increase his advantage over Witney, but he's going to lose time and points in the championship to Pritchard. Warning flag comes out, and it's for the 7 of Blaze Sienko. I'm not entirely sure why he's been given a warning for that, but
well, it's because you're not allowed to do it.
Well, he's getting a little bit of a hustle on from behind him now as Chris Cooper making his way back up through the field. The 2 that went off initially, by the way, were not Chris Cooper and Liam Hanley. It was Liam Hanley and Ricky Glendenning. Glendenning is now battling away with Hanley. Alex Pritchard's all over the back of Tarik Almou now. He's going for the move up the inside. Here he goes. Up the inside comes Alex Pritchard. Banzai's into the final turn, and he's through on Tarik Almou. Pritchard takes the lead here at Wilton Mill.
Oh, this isn't over, Jake. Almou's coming back up the hill. I think he's going to be looking very quickly as Pritchard tries to escape by putting his head down and breaking the aero.
So is there going to be another chance for Almou to get back on terms with Pritchard? The argument would be yes at the moment, because Pritchard into the lead of the race is definitely going to give him a 50-point score in what is turning into a pretty sensational season for Alex Pritchard. His breakthrough year, of course, this year with his first win earlier in the season. Now he could get a heats victory.
So you've got Bennett there going, yeah, go on, keep scrapping, lads. I'm right here.
Absolutely. He just wants them to tussle, and every bit of second they lose, Bennett's got a chance to fight back. So he's hoping that Tarik Almou will have another crack at Pritchard, and he very nearly got a chance there on the way through to the toe of the boot. But Pritchard leads, Almou 2nd, Bennett 3rd, Witney dropping back in 4th.
Honestly, the pressure the front two are putting on each other has let Rob Bennett close right up. It's a front three now, not a front two.
Well, absolutely. In fact, if anything, I think Pritchard has started to drop Almou into the clutches of Rob Bennett. So Pritchard wants to win so badly. I'm sure he's had an Enduro victory this year. Has he had a Heats final victory? I'm not sure he has, you know.
I don't remember things, Jake, so I'd have to look it up.
So an interesting battle continues as the drivers continue to fight for supremacy. Really exciting racing now as these three continue to run out front.
Hey,
Pritchard, Almou and Bennett. Here comes Bennett looking for an opportunistic move to come through.
And
I'm sure he's going to get a good run. Bennett's going to get an opportunity now as they come up to the braking zone for Christmas. Here he goes. Bennett banzais to the inside and he's through to second.
Oh.
Brilliant move from Rob Bennett.
Tarik Almou left the door wide open into Christmas curve.
Really exciting battling and fantastic racing between those two. Back into Ashby's. And they come off the turn into Wilkins once again. Pritchard still.
Yeah, I'm watching Clark and Holliday as well for 5th place because Holliday's gaining on him. And I think there's a move coming if he can just get that run. But Holliday's leading the super heavyweights.
And of course, behind Holliday, we've got a nice battle shaping up between Robert Pritchard and Blaze Sienko as they battle away for position. Chris Cooper is in 9th from Newton, Hughes, Lindley, Martin, Moody, Glendenning and Hanley. And the racing is going to be quite tight at the front. Now, the big question is here, Spanners, can Rob Bennett close up on Alex Pritchard? In terms of one-lap pace, I'd say he probably can.
I don't know, maybe, but Pritchard's on his own now. He's not battling anyone, and he looks focused. As I say that, the gap looks to shorten visibly.
Yeah, Bennett has just gone 1/10 of a second faster than Alex Pritchard on the last lap, and he is gaining ground. And let's not forget that Bennett is battling with Alex Pritchard for the championship. So Bennett is not going to want to lose points to that man in front at any stage of proceedings. With Bennett now through on Tarik Almou, he's going to make his lunge. Here goes Bennett, he's not going to wait around. Good defensive line from Pritchard.
Yeah, exactly. Pritchard has taken that defensive line up early because he knows he's going to... Oh, here we go.
Oh, here he goes. Bennett's got a wide open door and he's through.
Oh, well, that's just made me look stupid. But yeah.
He's back through on the inside though. Pritchard's got him straight back. Here we go.
Smart by Pritchard.
I think he just let Bennett go and Rob is like, well, what are you doing? But Pritchard had a trick up his sleeve. I'm just going to get you straight back again, mate. Don't worry about it. So Pritchard, Bennett, and now Almou very tight in together for first, second, and third. Is Tarik Almou going to get a run for the victory? This could end up being the closest fight for victory we have yet seen in these heats because we saw Axel Slijepcevic disappear out in front in the lights.
See, Pritchard is not going to yield that inside line going into Christmas corner like Almou did. He's going to go defensive there and he's going to go defensive into Ashby as well.
Yes, indeed. Well, we saw Slijepcevic and Alcock run away in their heats, but this is going to be a duel for the victory as Bennett up the inside again. Pritchard's going to get on the undercut. He leaves Bennett no room for negotiation. Bennett's still there on the inside into Wilkins. Round the outside, Pritchard keeps the cart moving, but Bennett's through to the inside. He's through.
Well, surprising after all that, Pritchard did leave the door open into Ashby. He's decided not to go defensive. Thought he could take the apex first, but Bennett was right there.
Now they both run wide. Tarik Almou's going to get a run on Pritchard. Pritchard shuts the door. He's up on the inside of Bennett, and he's through. They nudge each other wide. Watch for Tarik Almou. Bennett has got to get back past on Pritchard. Almou's through to his inside line. Almou through to second. Pritchard back through in his inside through crook. Brilliant racing.
Look, they've let Lee Witney catch up, and then they've let Bennett off the hook as well.
Well, this is what Lee Witney was banking on. Witney was hoping these three would start dueling. Now it's a four-man fight for the victory. This race just keeps getting better. Bennett, Pritchard, Almou, Witney for 5th position further back. It's Clark, Holliday, Sienko now to 7th in front of Cooper. But the leading four is where the focus is in this race. Bennett, Pritchard, Almou, Witney. Any one of these four could still win. And we've got about 4 minutes left of racing. Into the toe of the boot they will come. Through the right-hander, double apex. Pritchard still close to Bennett, but not close enough for the move yet. That's the moment for Sienko.
Holliday very nearly loses a place after the entry to the back straight was on the grass, but he managed to fight it back going into the boot.
Oh, 3 wide further back though. Sienko, Pritchard and Cooper absolutely on the lock stops, and it's Pritchard who ends up having to concede. Sienko through in a 7th place, and there goes Malcolm Clark. Sorry, no, that's Richard Newton. Even Richard Newton makes his way through to try and get into 8th place on Cooper. Hasn't worked. Absolutely amazing tussling. Back with the leaders. Tarik Almou is slipping back from Pritchard, and Lee Witney may get a chance of third position here. Now, the battle for third is shaping up. Witney's getting right underneath Almou. There may be a chance here for third. Witney has suddenly realised, I don't think the win is on anymore because Bennett's getting away, Pritchard's getting away. I want to be on the podium at the very minimal. So I'm going to go for third place on Tarik Almou. So can Almou hold on to that third place from pole position? No, he's going to get straight away. Witney is through. He mugs him into the boot there. Beautifully done from Lee Witney. Not a lot, again, that can be done in retaliation for Tarik Almou. He's run beautifully all day, but now it is Lee Witney through in a third.
It's a great effort from Pritchard trying to keep up with Rob Bennett, but it's just not happening. Rob Bennett is just inching away into comfort.
We're on the last lap. And this is going to be Rob Bennett's victory if he just hangs on in there. He's not pushing too hard. Pritchard is throwing everything he can at him on this final tour of the circuit. But Rob Bennett sets the fastest lap of the race, 52.595, to keep his pace up and alive. And he knows that Pritchard is too far back to really challenge him. Witney is hanging on to that third place finish from Tarik Almou, although Almou is going to have one final crack at him into the final corners of the race. Bennett is going to get the victory though. Well defended this is going to be. Almou's going to dive at the inside and grab third at the very finish, but Bennett is going to be a winner. Second for Pritchard, and third place is going to be Almou, just in front of Witney. What a chill to the line.
Wow, Witney had to go super defensive down the back straight, and I think that's what cost him in the end.
A good finish further back as well, as the winner of Super Heavies is Darren Holliday, just in front of Malcolm Clark and Blaze Sienko, who are side by side to the line. 8th place, Chris Cooper from Richard Newton, and rounding out the top 10 is the number 10, Robert Pertak. Darren Hughes in 11th from Steve Lindley, Gary Martin and Ricky Glendenning, and the final two home are going to be Ben Moody and Liam Hanley. But what a race. What a sensational scrap for the victory. And Rob Bennett, the championship leader, gets 50 very valuable points in the championship. That means now that his championship lead that was 30, I believe now extends to 31 over the course of the weekend. So Rob Bennett still very much in touch with the championship fight in the lead of the point standings. And your top three, Tarik Almou, Alex Pritchard, and your race winner, Rob Bennett!
Darren, how's life in general at the top of the super heavyweight heats?
It's great, yeah, thank you. Yeah. It's going very well. I'm supposed to be in Devon with my family, but postponed it 2 days. I'm going on the train tomorrow, so and it was worth it. So I'm glad I did now.
Daytona DMAX more important than family. Good to hear.
I won't go that far, but it's important. You know, it's going well. So.
But to be fair, apart from the super heavyweights, you finished 5th overall. Got to be pleased with that.
That was the best race I've had. That was the one most enjoyable and the most satisfying. I really had to fight for it and push and push and push. It was literally last corner, last lap. Just nick 5th.
Thank you very much. Darren Holliday, super heavyweight winner.
Yes, while Darren Holliday comes up with a decent excuse to tell the missus why the holiday isn't as important, I'm now with the third position man, Tarik Almou. For the most part of those heats, we genuinely thought that the win was on, and you must have thought that going into the final as well.
Yeah, I had a very good pace all day. I was feeling very comfortable and very good. Unfortunately, when it counted, I liked just that little bit.
But you know what's really significant about your performance this weekend is a massive swing now in the championship points. You scored big today, so that's really going to help in terms of the tally.
That's good to hear. I was lagging a bit, so yeah, if I can fight back, it's good.
Well, we're looking to see how well you can go at Clay Pigeon. Tarik, well done and a great performance all day.
Thank you. Thank you.
Here with second place, Alex Pritchard. You had a great fight with Tarik Almou. How aware were you of Rob Bennett getting closer and closer?
Yeah, I had Chris on the radio saying Rob Bennett's coming up in a rocket ship or some other kind of something like that. Yeah, so I was aware that Rob was coming. I sort of dealt with Tarik. I just chucked up the inside, but I couldn't hold Rob off. In my toe, Rob was much quicker, but then when I was in his toe, I just couldn't mount a challenge to him.
You head up Applewood, you bring a horde here today. You've got to be pleased with the guys.
Yeah, it's really good. We've had really good results today, and you know, I like the track. A few of us had a practice earlier this week and some max karts, and you know, it does make a difference. You sort of try to smooth everything out, try to make it as clean a lap as possible, and you know, it brings results.
Thank you very much. Second place, Alex Pritchard.
Well, our race winner really had to dig deep and work for it for this one. Rob Bennett, that was such a tough fight in the final. It was looking like one of 4 of you could win at one point, but it must be particularly satisfying to get the win today.
Yeah, very much so. I had a bit of a disaster this morning with the enduro. Somebody went into the back of me. I think subsequently, because of that crash, the exhaust then came loose, so I retired. Well, I came in and had a kart change. I was nowhere in enduro, so that put me in a bit of a funny frame of mind for the first heat. My head wasn't quite there and made a stupid mistake and got a black flag. So I had it all to do in heats 2, 3 and then the final. Heat 2, fortunately I started third and managed to get the win. The final heat I finished third. So I managed to sort of salvage it. I knew I probably only lost about 6 points to Alex and Lee in the championship. So it was good. It was good to start the final just calm and knowing that I, had a bit to do, but it was still possible. I've won here before, so it was on me to do it. And then, it was a real battle. I just wanted to make sure that I didn't get caught in any of those scraps and just bided my time and let the other guys maybe hold each other up. They did, fortunately for me, and then I just had a couple of opportunities. I took them. Alex put up a fairly good fight. I think we to and fro'd a few times. Tarik the same, but once I got ahead, I was actually quite surprised that I managed to get a gap, and I think my time in the final today was probably my quickest lap time of the whole day. So really, really pleased. I think it's the happiest I've been in a final after a win. So it was good.
The three of you are still in the battle for the championship and 3 races to go with Clay, Milton Keynes and Sandown, so we're looking forward to seeing how you finish the job.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think I'm going to be at Clay Pigeon because my wife is due to give birth on the 20th.
No, that's no excuse. Racing comes first, surely.
So there'll probably be a bit of a swing in the championship while I'm not here, but we'll see. I'll be back I'd like to think I'll get a pass for Sandown and Milton Keynes, but I'll definitely be back for at least one more.
Okay, well, we'll see how the end of the season goes. Well done, Rob.
Thank you very much. Cheers, mate.
Leading the championship so far, but becoming a dad, it's awkward, isn't it?
It's further proof that babies ruin everything. But I was trying to learn from him, and he said, I had these opportunities, and then I took them. He skipped over the how. I want to know how.
Well, if you want to find out how, you can watch it all back, of course, here on the YouTube channel. And if you want to get on the grid and race for yourself, DaytonaMax.co.uk. And who knows, with Rob Bennett gone, could be an easy win.